guys, no one's on yet. I'm not sure how many people are going to join, but I am waiting for Kaylee to join this live with me because this is going to be all about her. So I'm going to give it a second, wait for her to join, and then we'll get started. So I have questions here for her once she hops on. Let's see, here she is. Let her join. There we go. My connection's a little bit slow, so. Hi!
Hi.
How are you?
I'm tired. My sister actually just had her baby, so we've been taking care of a little baby.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
I have pictures that I can see later.
Yeah, I do. He is so cute. His name is Orion, like the constellation, and
Oh,
it's
that's
cool.
cool.
Yeah. He's a handful.
I bet, yeah. Well, so I have the questions right here.
Okay.
What I'll do is I'm just going to ask you some questions about yourself and everything. This is just like an introduction to our community, so I'll save this live so that everyone can see it later. But yeah, I think we'll just get started just so everyone knows. This is Kaylee. She is our new youth team member for Brain XP. So yeah, let's do it. You ready?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so can you tell us about yourself, like your name, where you're from, kind of the basics?
My name is Kaylee Melliker, and I'm from Sacramento, California. I'm 21. And yeah.
Yeah, okay, I need to stop putting this down. Okay, here we go. So, can we talk about mental health a little bit more? So, do you have your own struggles that you're comfortable sharing or anything like that?
I do. When I was 20 years old, well, probably before, but when I was 20 years old, I got diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I've been struggling with it for probably most of my life, but never really got diagnosed until 20. And I've dealt with parents who, um, when I became a little older, like 15, 16, around that age, they started being very mentally abusive and having to deal with that and having really high expectations on me. Like I never felt like I was quite good enough or made them proud or any of that. And just recently, they started because of the high expectations for punishment, they really couldn't take my phone or anything away anymore. So for punishment, I would actually have to sleep outside. And I have done that a couple of times. I actually have the video where I slept outside on my channel because I just wanted to, I guess, record it. I don't know why, but, and I also have a video of, explaining kind of what happened and explaining why it happened. Um, and then they recently just did kick me out um, of my of my house like 6 months ago, January 18th. So I had like a really struggle, finding where I was gonna go, finding a job, all that stuff, because I haven't really had that figured out yet.
Oops, I think either you or I are cutting out. Let's give it a second. Are you still there? I'll give it a second. I think glitches happen. I'm not sure if everyone else is. You still there? Yeah, let's see. Okay, I think you're coming back. You good now?
Yeah, I'm good.
Are there glitches on your side or just
I
okay, cool.
do.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit glitchy, but let's just keep going. And if it keeps getting glitchy, we can kind of cut in and out. It's okay. But yeah, you're telling me about, the whole story with your parents and everything, and I'm wondering because I'm so fortunate. Like I have such a great family, but I've met so many teens and young people just in general who don't have that support like I did. So it's always really interesting hearing from you guys what it's like because I really just don't know. And I'm really sorry that, oops, sorry. I'm really sorry that's happened to you. But obviously, you seem to have a really good positive attitude. Like, I know that with everything that's happened, like, you think that just breaks you down, but honestly, you seem to be amazing. So I really commend you for that. Like, that's really cool.
Thanks.
And if you
Um,
help from ISP community, we're always here for you. So
Yeah, my old therapist used to say I was very resilient, and
absolutely.
back really fast. Um, because I mean, no matter anything, I feel like, yeah, I could have a bad attitude about what's happened. It happened. Have I been traumatized? Yes. I validate that for myself, and I know that. But I could be grumpy about it, or I could put my positive energy somewhere else and help other people, like I've been doing. So, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like it's kind of like that prove them wrong moment, you know? We always wait for that to be
Yeah,
like, you know,
exactly.
this is where
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, totally.
It's like, you think I'm
Okay,
not gonna go watch me?
exactly. So let's do the next question. Well, it kind of ties into that a little bit, but why are you so passionate about spreading mental health awareness? Since all of our youth team members, that's a big passion of theirs. What makes you so passionate about it?
What I'm pretty sure what makes me passionate about it is me just starting off like I always wanted to know more about mental health when I got diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I would look it up. I would look because when I was like younger, when I just like had these like feelings and panic attacks, I couldn't describe it. Like I was like everyone would tell me symptoms and like, yeah, I had those symptoms, but I couldn't describe exactly how I felt when I felt it. And it was just I just wanted to dig deeper in what causes it, what your brain like function does when it happens. So like cuz everyone tells you you're safe, but in your body you don't feel safe. And I just wanted to know like exactly what happens when your body goes into that fight or flight, freeze or fawn response, or when any of that happens. And so I started being really interested in that, and then I just decided to be like more interested in everything else, and I started reading the DSM-5 of manual mental health for fun to just learn more about it. And I started making videos because I wanted to make people aware of it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I think. Like, it has to start with the education, you know? Like, there are a lot of
Yeah,
people who are ignorant about mental health, and that's not necessarily their fault. They just don't know about it. And it's like our job to
yeah,
educate them through our experience, you know? Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Yeah. So that's
yeah.
awesome. I
Also,
love
like, it's also like people use it as slang a lot. Like, oh my gosh, you're so like depressed because you're so sad at that moment, or like you're so OCD because things have to be a certain way. Like, we just thought of now mental health is just slang, and I don't want it to be that way because people do like struggle through these things every day, and other people just it's hard for those people, and it should be taken seriously than it is.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times people have said, like, the weather is so bipolar today or something, and me living with
Yeah,
bipolar, like, I'm not offended by it so much, but I know that there are people who are offended by it, and it's kind of just like we have to kind of use our terms and like language carefully because there are people who really go through these struggles and it's very difficult for them, you know, and so to joke about it, even if you don't realize it, that's where the education part comes in, you know, like to be educated on it. So,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly,
So,
exactly.
let's move on to the next question. I'm wondering, are there any coping skills that you have found to be helpful for you?
Yeah, I found that listening to music very much helps me. Whether I'm writing music, um, about like mental health or about what I'm feeling. Because most of the time when I do feel like a panic attack coming on, or I feel like I'm just getting super sad and in a funk, I'll write about it, and I'll like write that experience down or when I'm feeling down. Because that seems to help, and listening to music really helps. Sometimes I'll just listen to music and start dancing around the room just to get my energy up a little bit. I found that helps because it distracts my brain from what I'm doing. And I've also learned some coping skills through online and through watching licensed therapists online, like holding ice cubes in your hand or eating a sour candy that will just get your brain right out of it. So those coping skills help too.
Oh, that's so cool. I've actually never heard about like the ice or the sour candy thing. That's really cool. I'll
Yeah,
have to look back.
it's so cold or so.
Oops, I think we're glitching again. Give it a second. There we go.
Okay,
You
there we
still
go.
with me?
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Okay,
still
there
with
you
you.
go. So also, I know that you songwrite too. Is that like something you do a lot or just something you do occasionally?
I've been songwriting since I was a little kid, about just anything. I just loved doing it, but more recently I've been doing it. I've have a song called I'll Be There out on my channel. I've wrote a couple of other songs that I'm gonna probably post. I've been, like I said, with the baby, taking care of that, so it's kind of been put on hold right now. But I hope to be posting those and recording those very soon. And I record those all through like myself, like just in my house through iMovies. I don't go to like an actual studio or anything. What you see is I'm on my channel is basically me just being raw and real with you guys. So that's basically my channel.
And that's the best part about it, like being raw and real is like relatable, So I love that.
Yeah,
We should up on a song sometime too, also. We got to talk more about that too.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So the next question is kind of broad, but whatever your answer is going to be cool. So is there anyone who inspires you? Like it could be a famous person, it could be a family member, whoever.
I have a couple people. I would say my old two therapists did really inspire me a lot before they unfortunately did have to exit me because I turned 21. They just made me feel like the therapy session wasn't just that transaction because I've been in and out of therapy since I was 5. I never felt like they really wanted to connect with me, but those two therapists really showed they really cared, they really connected, they really wanted to help me, and they showed they did. And they weren't afraid to use tough love with me and be blunt with me at times when they felt it was necessary. But I just felt like they validated me a lot and they were just there for anything I needed. And it was amazing. And they're the ones who told me that, I was getting like mentally abused because I had no idea that what it was called. I just thought that yelling all the time to everybody was how families acted toward each other. I didn't know. So, and my old therapist was like, it breaks my heart that you thought that. And so then they both helped me a
Thank you.
lot. But I would say also my old high school teacher, she really helped me and inspires me because she is so strong and she handles so much. Even though she handles what she goes through every day, she is still there for everybody else. And she is like a second mom to me because from my first day of, actually, my first day of high school was her first day of actually working at that school. And it's always been so cool, and she's always been there for me since day one. So
And I feel like sometimes teachers are overlooked a little bit because I had a seventh grade teacher who was so helpful to me. Like, he's the reason I got help on my journey. And I think that sometimes we just forget to think about them because it's always like, oh, our teachers. But it's
yeah,
actually,
no,
we're there every day, like almost every day at school. They're the ones that see us the most. So, yeah, I totally get that. And then
yeah, I figured I would hang out more with those teachers more than I would my peers. Like I would hang out with her and my because she's a study skills teacher, like an RSP teacher, and so I would find myself hanging around her more than other kids, and just having lunch with her and her friends and stuff like that. Because she was my mom. It was amazing.
And unfortunately, sometimes when friend groups are already formed, I hate to say it, but some kids can be mean, and they're not.
Yeah,
So I actually found comfort going to a teacher's classroom for lunch at times rather than having fun with friends because I didn't have any. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's a whole different side of it. Some people just see the side of it like, oh, they're my teacher, whatever. But like we actually see the help they gave us. So
Yeah, exactly.
and also to point out about the therapist thing you're talking about, I 100% agree with you that therapy, like having a therapist that connects with you is so important. It makes the biggest
Yeah,
difference. You can go to therapy, and if you don't click with the person, it's usually
you don't
not very,
stay there.
yeah, you don't want to be there. You don't want to work for it. You don't want to put effort in. But
Yeah,
that one that connects with you, that's just the best thing ever.
it's like they really get you, and they make it so much more fun. Like my old therapist, I to like cheer me up because I think I was like sad for a day. She went down the slide for me at the park because we would meet at the park, and so she went down. We both went down the slide, and it was the most funnest thing ever. And they just made it fun instead of like making it all sad.
Exactly, yeah. Like we can talk about the tough stuff, but we can end up walking out of a session, reasonably
Feeling
calm.
good.
tackle the week, Yeah. So
Yeah, and it's so fun. Like on Halloween, we used to like we dressed up together on Halloween, and it was so much fun, and I miss them so much. But I know that I can take on the world without them because they've given me the tools I need to do it. So
exact same way too also because I went to a early psychosis prevention center called Kickstart and I was there for like gosh almost like 3 years so I had a whole team of therapists and like my whole team there
yeah,
and to graduate I was like they've given me what I need I need them then
yeah,
I will cherish them but now I can move on and so it was sad at first but it's like I can do it now you know what I mean so
yeah.
yeah okay so let's go to the next question. Um, what would you say to another teenager just like us who might be struggling with their mental health right now?
I would say that they're not alone and that there's other people going through the exact same thing. And I know everybody says that exact same sentence, but it is true. And that even if people tell you that you can't get the help you need or that it's not right to like get that help, know that trust your instincts. What do you feel? Like, if you feel you need to get help, going to therapy is not something to be ashamed of. If I could right now, I would be in therapy and it would be it's so amazing and to feel validated like that and just know that you're the most important thing, you're not alone, that you can find a support system and that other people, they can be there for you and that you will get through it and you're enough. So, yeah.
Love that. Yeah, and I love the part especially about trust your instincts because I
Yeah.
think sometimes we have an instinct that something is wrong and we're
Yeah.
ashamed to do anything about it, but there's also that instinct where you don't have to know what is wrong, you just know something is wrong and someone else can help you figure that out. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, okay. So now I have the rapid fire questions. So there's like
Awesome.
I think really quick questions. So whatever comes to your mind, tell me, okay?
Okay, cool.
Okay, what is your favorite color?
Blue.
What is your favorite food?
I would have to say tacos.
Oh, that's a good one.
Taco.
Okay, what is your favorite animal?
I would say dogs because they're so loyal.
For sure, yeah. What is your favorite social media platform?
I would have to say Instagram.
There we go, we're on here now.
Yeah, exactly.
What is your favorite TV show or movie?
I would say my favorite TV show is Gilmore Girls, and movie, I would say The Lion King.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh my gosh, I love Disney movies.
I
uh,
know.
what is your favorite song right now?
I would say DTA by JXDN.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay,
I love his music. It's so amazing.
okay, I'm about to expose myself, but I have a Bumble profile, and on Bumble, on the app Bumble, it says, "What is your favorite song?" And I have DTA by Jaden. I kid you
It's
not.
just the songs are so validating because like for so long I've had like trust issues where it's just like, oh, I like want to get close but then I can't, and then when I do get close to them, in my experience, every time I get close to someone they end up leaving. What's up? And okay. And like it's just so weird. I'm in my parents' room, so
That's okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, for people who don't know, DTA stands for Don't Trust Anyone. Don't trust anyone. Yeah.
yeah.
So for anyone who's wondering, you should look up that song. It's DTA by Jaden. It's spelled JXDN. It's an amazing song because I feel like it's so real. Like love is dead and I don't trust anyone. I don't think love is dead.
Exactly.
We feel like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I lost my place. Where are we? Oh,
Favorite
what
song?
holiday?
Favorite holiday? I would say Christmas.
Me too.
I love it.
Who is your favorite musical artist?
There's so many. Oh, I would have to say JXDN. He's like my favorite. He's so awesome. Like I think I have all of his music.
Yeah, and he's dating Nessa Barrett. They're TikTokers that came from the TikTok world, and now they're
Yeah.
sprouted into the whole music industry. So Nessa's new song is coming out tonight. Well, here where I am in San Diego, it's 9 p.m., but on the East Coast it's 12 a.m. or whatever. And I'm so excited. The new song is called, I think it's I Hope You're Miserable Until You're Dead. So I'm really interested what that's like because it sounds so like, whoa. But I think hearing the snippets of it, I think that it's so real. Like sometimes we just are like, I'm so mad at you. I'm so upset. I hope you're miserable
Yeah.
until you're dead. Like we have those feelings, and I love that they put out music that expresses that side. It's not always positive and happiness and rainbows, you know. So
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
So sorry about that rant, but
No,
what
it's
is
okay.
a pet peeve that you have, or something that people do that really annoys you?
I'd say my pet peeve is when people talk over people because a lot of times that's why people get frustrated. They don't feel heard. And I feel like in the mental health world, like people they just want to be heard. And that's so important for especially the people that are like struggling and challenging for them to be heard and for them to like just when people don't let those people be heard, it annoys me because I'm like and when people just kind of like brush off mental health too, and they're like, oh, it's not really like, oh, you're being too sensitive. Oh, it's that. Like, that annoys me because I'm like, mental health is a real thing. People go through it. There's challenges, and you don't, it makes me so mad when people just brush it off.
Yeah, like every voice deserves to be heard. Every voice matters, and then it goes into mental health matters. So if we're talking,
Yeah.
especially it matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
100% agree with you. And then the last question: what is one positive word or characteristic that describes you?
I would say optimistic. I'm
Yeah.
very optimistic about everything. Trying to be that girl that sees the light out of the tunnel in the darkness, or all that. Trying to just be very positive and upbeat. So optimistic.
Say like you come off with this positive attitude. Like it's such a like refreshing thing to hear and see. You know, especially with everything that you've gone through. Like to go through it and then to still have that positive attitude. When honestly, we shouldn't have to even think about positivity right now. You know, we've gone through so much.
Yeah,
To still have it, that's just incredible. So yeah.
yeah,
Okay, well those were all of the questions. Yeah, I just wanted to tell everyone who is on the live or who will see this eventually because I'm saving it, that our youth team is awesome. The whole reason why we're doing this right now is to introduce you because you are on our Brain XP youth team. If any of you guys want to learn more about our youth team or want to join our youth team, send me a DM, of course, or with any questions you have also. And I'm just looking on here if I have any other notes to say. Yeah, our next youth team meeting is actually tomorrow, but if anyone wants to join, just send me a DM, of course, and we have meetings monthly, so don't worry, you don't have to be there tomorrow, but we can do it sometime later. But thank you so much for doing this with me. I think it was a lot of fun. I got to know you
yeah,
already, but everyone else can see you for who you are now. Yeah,
yeah,
so, oops, there we go. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. If you're cool, we can end it here. Is that cool?
yeah. Totally.
Awesome. So thanks for watching, everyone who does eventually watch this, and we will see you all later.
Bye.
Bye.